In this video, I'm going to discuss the various parts of a IUPAC name of a organic compound. In general, IUPAC name has 5 parts. The first one is secondary prefix, primary prefix, root word, primary suffix, and secondary suffix. Now let us discuss the details of these various parts, like significance of root word, what are the examples, all those things. So let us start with the root word. Root word, it indicates the number of carbon atoms in the principal carbon chain. Before naming, we have to select the longest carbon chain. In that longest carbon chain, how many carbon atoms are present in the longest carbon chain? In order to indicate that particular number, we use a root word, and the root word is like if there is one carbon, it is meth, 2 carbons eth, 3 carbons prop, 4 carbons but, 5 carbons pent, 6 carbons hex, 7 carbons hept. In case of 8, it is oct, 9 carbons non, 10 carbons dec, 11 carbons undec. Up to 10 carbons you have to remember. But what is longest chain, how to select longest chain, in the next video while discussing the rules for IUPAC nomenclature, there I'll discuss. But here this is a root word. After selecting the longest chain, based on the number of carbon atoms in the longest chain, we take a root word. Next one is a primary suffix. In any organic compound, in order to indicate a CC bond in the parent chain, in the longest chain, what is the possible CC bond? Whether it is a CC single bond or CC double bond or CC triple bond. If it is a CC single bond, then the primary suffix is AN. CC double bond, the primary suffix is EN. In case of a CC triple bond, the primary suffix is YN. So this is about a primary suffix. So whenever you have single bond and double bond, we never use AN. We indicate only EN. If we have a single bond and a triple bond, in that situation also we use only YN. If we have double bond and a triple bond, then we have to indicate both of them. Because CC single bonds are common, if single and double bond both are present, we indicate only double bond primary suffix. So double bond and triple bond, if both are present, then we have to use both the primary suffixes. This is about a primary suffix. The next one is a secondary suffix. The secondary suffix, this is based on the functional group. What is the functional group present in the parent chain, longest chain? So based on the type of functional group, we use secondary suffix. For example, in case of carboxylic acid, oic acid, sulfonic acid, sulfonic acid only. Acid anhydride, we use oic anhydride. In case of ester, we use OAte. Acid halide, oil halide. Acid amide, amide functional group, that is amide suffix. Isocyanide, the suffix is carbyl amine. For cyanide functional group, it is nitrile. For aldehyde functional group, it is Al. For ketone, it is one. In case of alcohol, it is OL. Thioalcohol, thiol. Amine functional group, amine. 100% you have to learn all these suffixes directly or indirectly. So these are very much helpful. So these are the basics IUPAC nomenclature. So 100% you have to learn all these suffixes of various functional groups. And the next one is a secondary prefix. Secondary prefix, it is used to indicate the name of the substituent or second grade functional group. So if the compound contains 2 or more functional groups, according to IUPAC sequence rule, we have to categorize them into first grade and second grade. In case of first grade functional group, we use secondary suffix. In case of a second grade functional group and substituents, we actually use secondary prefix. So how to decide whether it is the first grade functional group and second grade functional group in the UPSC rules, clearly I will discuss. For example, for time being, let me take one example to give the complete clarity. I'm just trying to give an example. Here you can see this is the organic compound, and here we have two different functional groups. One is carboxylic acid, another one is alcohol. According to IUPAC sequence rule, this carboxylic acid gets more priority, therefore it is a first grade functional group. Alcohol receives less priority, therefore it is a second grade functional group. In case of a first grade functional group, we use secondary suffix. Secondary suffix. In case of second grade functional group, we use secondary prefix. So that is the difference I just wanted to give. So based on IUPAC sequence rule, we have to decide. To avoid confusion, let me give one more example. Here I am taking like this. Again, it has two functional groups. Now, alcohol and amine. According to IUPAC sequence rule, alcohol gets more priority. Therefore, now it is a first grade functional group. Amine, it is a second grade functional group. In case of a first grade functional group, we use secondary suffix. Second grade functional group, we use a secondary prefix. But in IUPAC rules, one of the rules you will get, that is a sequence rule. There you will be learning the order of priority. As of now, let me give, if you want to use a secondary prefix, you have to use, for halogen it is halo, for alcohol hydroxy, for aldehyde there are two names. What is the difference and all, in IUPAC rules we will discuss. Formyl or oxo, ketone it is oxo, cyanide, if you want to use a secondary prefix you have to say cyano, for ether it is alkoxy, for carboxylic acid it is carboxy, for ester it is alkoxy carbonyl, and acid halide this is a halocarbonyl, for amine it is amino, and here this is for amide it is carbamoyl, it is secondary prefix. For NO2 it is nitro, for thioalcohol it is mercapto, for sulfonic acid it is sulfo. And in the previous videos already I gave the alkyl groups. For CH3 it is methyl, ethyl, propyl. So here like this we have isopropyl, isobutyl, secondary butyl, tertiary butyl. But after completion of the rules of IUPAC, we will discuss how to give the names of complex alkyl groups. As of now, isopropyl, isobutyl, secondary butyl, tertiary butyl, these are the things you have to remember. In the previous video, very clearly I discussed how to write alkyl groups, otherwise how to identify alkyl groups. And finally, we have primary prefix. This primary prefix is only in case of alicyclic compounds. Only for cyclic compounds we use, not acyclic, alicyclic. But aromatic compounds we do not use. Here, this is cyclo for monocyclic compounds, bicyclo for bicyclic compounds. If it is open chain compound, there will be no primary prefix. So primary prefix is used only for alicyclic compounds, and this is cyclo for monocyclic compounds, bicyclo for bicyclic compounds. So these are the various parts of IUPAC name of organic compound. If you want to give the correct IUPAC name of given organic compound, first you need to learn secondary suffixes, secondary prefixes, and also some alkyl groups. And finally, you have to understand the rules. Those rules you need to apply properly, then you will get the correct IUPAC name. But IUPAC rules we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.